Right, so in this one, we're going to start creating the shopping cart, and it's fairly straightforward to do with the few exceptions of things that you might want to do down the line. So we're going to kind of work towards something, but first off, start out where it's just like, okay, I go into a product and then I just click add to cart, and that's it. I don't have quantities yet, and I don't have variations like different colors yet. So variations would be like different colors for a t-shirt, different sizes. I don't have that stuff set up yet, but because we just want to do the very basics of the cart at this point. So that's just adding it to the cart. And the convention is to separate the apps based on what they do. So we are going to create a brand new app called Carts, and I'll open up terminal, close out my server, and do python manage.py start app carts. So carts plural because it's going to have all of the cart objects, or the cart objects that we'll be creating. So we're actually going to create a model. So let's go ahead and open up carts, create a model, and we're going to call it cart. So class cart, and it takes models.model, and it's going to do a few things. Now, the first thing that we'd want to do is actually associate a product to a specific cart. So let's actually we might want multiple products. So let's do products equals to models.mini to mini field. So this is a type of foreign key, and it's going to go to product. Now we have to actually import product from products. What we saw before was from dot models, but we need to do an absolute import, which would go directly to there. So we do from products.models import product. And you want to do import the model specifically, not import all. Like, so if you do that star, it's going to import everything. We don't want to do that when we're importing just one thing, because there might be some conflicting stuff down the line, or so on and so forth. Now, we also, this mini to mini field, we'll see what this does. Long term, we're not going to keep it this way, but for now we are. And mini to mini field, and then I see the product, and then I want to make sure it's null equals to true and blank equals to true, because I don't necessarily always want to have items in the cart, although I do want the cart to exist in some cases. All right, so then I'll do total. So the total price, it's going to be what the products are, and we'll do models.decimal field, and it's going to do max digits being, let's say, 100, and decimal places being 2. That's going to be very similar to our other one in our products. So if we look at our product models, you can actually just copy this one directly if you'd like and just change it to total. And I'm going to do the default of being 0.00. So we don't actually have to set it for anything, but that's what the default will be. All right, and I'm going to actually copy the timestamp and update it on here. Okay, and then last but not least, I want to have active, which is also another thing that I have on products, so I'm going to copy that as well. All right, so now I have cart being active, updated, total products. So all this is doing is really just showing us all the items that would be in the cart, the total for that cart. We could do something like subtotal and all that stuff, which we will get to, but for now we're just going to keep it simple and have total. And then we have a timestamp for when it was created, and then when it was last updated, and then active. So we'll do define Unicode, and we will say self, and we'll return, let's say, like cart ID %s, and we'll substitute that with self.%self.id. All right, so now we have this cart object in here. We can add this into our installed apps. So go into settings. Under installed apps, we're going to add carts, and we'll do python manage.py syncdb, and this will install the cart tables in the model. All right, so that's what we see there, and then I'm going to convert it right away to south. So python manage.py convert to south carts. All right, so now it's actually installed. It works with South, and then I'm going to add it into the admin. So from .models import cart, and I'll do class cart admin. So if I ever want to change it later, I'm just going to add the cart admin of model admin, then class meta model equals to cart, and register those two, admin.site.register cart and cart admin. Now, if you didn't want to have to add this in, and like if you don't ever think you'll change the cart admin, then you could just leave it as this and delete that. If you just wanted to admin, put it in the admin. And I just noticed that I did not spell register correctly, so register. All right, in lowercase as usual. Now let's go into the admin and let's just take a look. So if we go into admin, gotta run the server. Let's take a look at what this cart does. So if I go into carts and add a new cart, I see this. What this many-to-many field does is I can actually select all of these carts, right? Or all these products. I can select any of them and then go ahead and hit save. And now I have a cart ID of 1, and that's how many products are actually in there. So let's actually make a way to view the cart as is. We haven't figured out how to add it yet, but we'll do something for viewing it. So from .models import carts, or cart, excuse me, and we'll do define view, and it's going to take in a request, and it's going to return render request template and context. And then template would be, let's say it's going to be view or cart/view.html, and context will equal to cart is cart. So we have to actually set the cart equals to cart.objects.all, and I'm just going to get the very first one, the one we just created. So we'll improve this part later, but let's just take a look at this. So we need to actually make a template for cart in the templates. So in templates, we make a new folder for cart, call it cart. Within cart, we make a new file, call it view, save it as view.html, and it's going to extends base.html, block content, in block, and we're just going to make a table. And I'm not going to add a whole lot yet. So for item in cart, so we have cart right here, but we want the products. So all these. So for item in cart, we want to get the cart products.all. So cart.products.all. And what this is doing is getting that many-to-many field. So everything inside of that many-to-many field is what that will do. So it's getting the cart model and then the item or the field products and then all of those. So that's going to grab all of them. So in for, and then we'll do a table row, table column, in table row, and in table column. And I'm just going to put item, and then we'll have maybe another table column for item price, item.price. Okay, so now that we have this, we need to hook in this view into our URLs. So let's open up our URLs. And now I'm just going to copy this whole thing. Or wait, let's actually just copy this one, search, and call this cart. So it's carts.views.view, and we'll call it cart. All right, now let's go ahead and look at the cart. Okay, so now we have our products. So we have 3 products in there, and it says the price. Let's make this cart look a little bit better. We'll add a class of table into our table, and that will make it a nice full table, so we can even make it a little bit better than that and do div class equals column small 8, column small offset 2. Now this is probably the first time you've seen offset, so offset is just going to offset it 2 columns, right? So we're going to span 8 columns and we're going to offset 2, which should put it in the middle. So if we refresh, we see that it goes in the middle. And this table class, what this does is it makes it completely responsive, but also fills up however many columns it's in. So now we can do thead. So for the table header, th, we'll say item, and then th price. Okay, so now we have our item and our price, and this is actually what our cart looks like. And if I add a t foot, I can put this at the top. So t foot would be table footer, and I can put that at the top, and I'll do tr td, an empty empty column in the row, and then do, or in the table, excuse me, sub, or let's just say total equals to cart.total td. Refresh, we see total being 0. And that's what it is, because we actually haven't set a function to actually calculate the total. But that's the cart. It actually works. So let's actually go into our admin again, and we'll go into carts, change this cart. We'll get rid of one of the products, save it, and then go into cart. And now we only have 2 products in there. So technically the cart's actually coming together. I mean, it doesn't calculate anything, but it's showing products in there. So now in the next one, we'll actually have to add stuff and calculate things. So it's a little bit smarter. So we will do that in the next one. See